Ever beat a teacher's rules so cleanly they never figured out how? My dean, Mr. Calloway, ran our school like a prison yard, and his crown jewel was the phone pouch policy. Every morning you locked your phone inside a gray magnetic pouch at the door, and it stayed sealed until the final bell. Lose the pouch, 3 days suspension. Get caught with a second phone, automatic Saturday school for a month. Calloway loved it. He'd patrol the halls holding the unlocking base unit like a scepter, daring someone to slip up. No exceptions, he'd say, smiling at his own catchphrase. The rules don't bend for anybody. Here's the thing he didn't know. I needed my phone more than anyone in that building. My mom works the overnight shift at the hospital, which means from 7 to 3 I'm the emergency contact for my little brother Theo. Theo's 7, and he has a seizure disorder, so when his sitter texts, it isn't gossip. It's whether I need to leave class and meet an ambulance. I explained all of this to Calloway in September. I brought a letter from Theo's doctor. He didn't even read it. Everybody's got a sob story, he said, sliding it back across his desk. Plan better, so I did. The first week, I was a paranoid wreck, checking the office phone every period. Then it happened by accident. I was cleaning out my backpack and dropped the sealed pouch onto the little magnetic phone mount I keep in the side pocket, the kind that sticks to a car vent. The clasp gave a soft click and popped open. I sat there staring at it. The whole expensive system, the one that ran on a magnetic lock, could be beaten by a magnet from a $5 car mount. That night, I pried the flat magnet off the mount and slid it into the lining of my sleeve. The next morning, I locked my phone in the pouch like always, walked right past Calloway, and felt nothing but calm. In second period, I pressed the magnet to the seam under my desk. Click. I had my phone. I checked on Theo, texted the sitter back, then pressed it shut again. Sealed. Perfect. For 2 months, it was flawless. I never used it for anything stupid. Just Theo. Just the texts that mattered. But Calloway got suspicious of the whole grade. Phones kept turning up in places they shouldn't, so he started his integrity checks. At random, he'd freeze a class, walk the rows, and squeeze each pouch to feel the phone inside, then make you raise it and shake it to prove the seal held. Anyone whose pouch rattled loose got written up on the spot. Every time he started a check, my stomach dropped, and every time, my pouch was already sealed tight. He'd squeeze it, frown, and move on. Then came the Thursday that almost ended me. I had my phone out, popped open under my desk, watching the sitter's messages because Theo had spiked a fever that morning. Right then, Calloway threw open our classroom door. Hands on your desks. Inspection. My pulse went through the roof. He started at the front row, working back toward me. I slid the phone into the pouch under the desk, swiped the magnet across the clasp, and felt the click just as he reached the row ahead of mine. But I'd missed something. The screen was still glowing faintly through the gray fabric. Calloway saw it. His eyes lit up like he'd hit the jackpot. Well. He snatched the pouch off my desk and held it over his head for the whole class. Looks like somebody thinks they're special. He marched to the front, slammed his base unit on the teacher's desk, and announced he'd be opening my pouch publicly to expose the second phone he was certain I was hiding. The room went dead silent. I just folded my hands. Because when I sealed it, my thumb had pressed the power button through the fabric. The phone was off, and there was no second phone. There was only my one phone, locked in a school pouch, exactly the way his policy demanded. Calloway tapped the pouch to his base unit. It clicked open. He reached in and pulled out a single black phone, screen dark, powered down. He turned it over. He pressed the button. Nothing but the logo crawling up to a lock screen. He flipped the empty pouch inside out. No second device, no contraband, just a kid following his precious rules. It was glowing, he said. Quieter now. I saw it glowing. That's the standby light, sir, I said. It does that through the fabric. 26 faces watched him stand there holding my dead phone, the empty pouch dangling from his other hand, his big gotcha collapsing in real time. A couple kids started to laugh. Calloway's neck went red. He set my phone down on my desk without a word, picked up his base unit, and walked out of a room he'd kicked the door open like he owned 30 seconds earlier. The magnet was still warm in my sleeve.